À tous de DDO, attention pour le décompte final. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage P120, décollage. La propulsion est nominale, le pilotage est calme. Le pilotage est calme, la trajectoire est nominale. Acquisition de la télémesure par la station de Saint-Jean. Paramètres bord sont nominaux.
How fantastic to see Vega-C roaring across that equatorial sky. Yet again, one can't take one's eyes off her. It's so impressive, like a boil of light rumbling across the jungle. This is, of course, the second launch of Vega-C, Europe's new launcher, and it has just successfully completed liftoff with played NEO 5 and 6 on board. These two satellites, designed by Airbus Defence and Space, are the 119th and 120th to lift off on a Vega launcher. And we will, of course, be following the different stages of this flight very closely. David, I turn to you. What are the main stages of the flight we should be looking out for in the next few minutes?
So in a little less than 1 minute, the P130 first stage will have finished its job, and it will separate from the launcher. And then the second, this is the second flight of this P120 stage, following the maiden flight, and it will also be used on Ariane 6 later on.
Well, before the announcement of the separation of the P120, just one word, sur this, a reaction. Wendy.
It's always amazing.
David.
Yes.
A word.
Yes, it's always incredible to see the liftoff.
There we go. So now we have...
Yes.
Séparation du P120 et allumage du Zefiro 40.
There we have it. The separation of the P120, which we see very clearly. We've seen it, saw it very clearly. Well, the DDO has just confirmed this separation of the first stage. So if I've understood correctly, the P120, David, is just one of the new features of this new launcher, am I right?
Yes, so besides this first stage, the second and the fourth stages, so the Zefiro 40 and the Avum, have also been improved, increasing their propellant capacity and therefore the overall launcher performance. And also, very important, the fairing volume has been increased, allowing the launcher to accommodate larger satellites.
Well, Vega-C is starting to lighten its weight and separate from its first stage, the P120. What is the next step for the European launcher?
So in a few seconds, the Zefiro 40 stage will have finished also its job, and it will also separate from the launcher. And the third stage, the Set-9, will ignite and continue the mission.
Wendy, turning to you, you explained to us earlier the incredible hard work that Airbus Defence and Space teams have put into getting Pléiades NEO 5 and 6 airborne today and en route to their destination. But it's tonight that everything starts for them, isn't it?
Yes, you're entirely right. It's a relay between the teams involved in developing the satellite and those who will be operating the constellation. And first things first, in the next minutes and hours, we'll assess that both satellites are fully operational. This means checking telemetry, checking the successful deployment of the solar panels, and so on. It's an in-depth check to make sure everything is nominal. Once that's done, we'll turn on the camera, which was one of the most fragile instruments.
We see that there's a problem with the trajectory. David, can you tell us?
Yes. So there seems to be an issue with the launcher, yes. we stand by to get more information.
So could you tell us exactly, we can see on the graph in front of us, we can see that the children of Israel is now going to come back and talk to us again and explain to us the problem. Yes.
So after the liftoff and the nominal ignition of the P120C, which is the first stage of the Vega, and under pressure has been observed on the Zefiro 40, which is the second stage of the Vega. And after this under pressure, we have observed a deviation of the trajectory and a very strong anomaly. So unfortunately, we can say that the mission is lost, and I want to deeply apologize towards our customer, Pléiades Neo and Airbus Defence and Space, for this failure tonight. And we will now have to work with all our partners to better understand why the Zefiro 40 has not worked properly tonight, triggering the failure of the mission. So we are going now immediately with all the teams, with our prime view and all the partners to study what has happened tonight. And I really apologize for this anomaly.
Thank you, Stéphane.